Hi, it's April Handy. Today we're going to practice some lateral breathing, so please lay supine and place your hands on your ribs, and I want you to inhale and exhale through your nose the entire time, very softly. As you inhale, press out against your hands, and as you exhale, hopefully your fingers are coming closer to each other. So let's do this for 10 repetitions, nice and gently. Inhaling, pressing out through the hands. And as you exhale, your hands coming back together, belly coming down to your spine, squeezing your hip bones together. Inhale, expand out. Exhale, bring those hands back together towards the center of your body, creating more space in the intercostal muscles between each rib. It's also known as diaphragmatic breathing. There's much more space in our diaphragm than there is in our chest or in our lower belly. Next, place the hands up a little higher, your thumbs in your armpit area, and we're going to do 10 more repetitions here. Again, inhaling and exhaling gently through the nose. Trying to imagine pressing the thumbs out as you inhale, and as you exhale, bringing the thumbs closer together, even if it's just slightly. You should have a nice and flat spine here. Feel the back of the neck long. And keep inhaling and exhaling very gently through the nose. Slowing the breath down. The third position is the hands behind the back of the upper back, and your elbows are pointing straight back as well. It's a really nice stretch for the triceps. And continue with 10 more breaths here. Very gentle, in and out through the nose. Inhaling, feeling expansive. Exhaling, bringing everything back to the center of the body. With each breath, getting out of the mind and into the body, slowing everything down. Breathing length and oxygen into the spine. Okay, great. Next, you can grab a pillow. I happen to have this little tool here. This little ab mat. I'm going to place it kind of in my hip area, right above the hip bone. And I like it better that it's hard versus the mini Pilates ball that I have. I think that it does the job better. And what I want you to do is actually kind of open the hips. As you can see here, I'll put my top leg behind the bottom leg, and that naturally opens the hips slightly. Allows for a better stretch along the outside of that right hip, actually. And we're going to keep practicing that lateral breathing. So when you're breathing, you're actually kind of pressing down, into the ab mat. And just same breath pattern. As you inhale, expanding the ribs east to west. As you exhale, bringing everything together. Being careful not to pop the ribs out in front. Make sure you close those ribs down. Pull the sternum back and continue with those breaths. Great. And let's go ahead and switch. So again, the top leg, place it behind the bottom leg to open up the hips. Be sure the top ribs are closed and press into that ab mat. It's actually a release for the diaphragm is what this is, especially because, again, the ab mat is more firm versus me using the little blue mini Pilates ball, which would be a little bit more squishy. Pillow would probably be squishy as well, so it's just an added bonus if you happen to have the ab mat. Or something firmer that you can press into as you breathe. Great. And now what we'll do on the same side here is let's go ahead and pull the knees up so you're in a 90 degrees position, and you'll place your top hand, the left hand, on your ribs. Create that space on the bottom hip there, that tunnel. And then as you inhale, expand the left ribs up. As you exhale, keep those ribs up and use your deep abdominals, the transverse abdominis, to actually control that exhale. As you inhale, bring the ribs up, and as you exhale, do your best to keep the ribs up as high as possible. Again, 10 repetitions. Working hard to keep those ribs up as you exhale so it forces your abdominals to work. It's a very gentle movement. It's a very gentle sensation. Well, it's a subtle sensation, I guess is what I could say, in terms of where you feel it in the deep abdominals. But you'll certainly know if you're doing it right. And we'll switch. So now lying on the left side, creating that tunnel on the bottom hip, placing the hand on the right ribs. Inhaling and bringing those ribs up as high as you can, expanding out. And as you exhale, keeping those ribs up as high as possible as you use your deep abdominals to pull the belly back in towards the spine. Again, 10 repetitions. Nice and easy. Keeping the breath in and out through the nose. A short, active inhale and a long, relaxed exhale. Breathing very softly, very quietly. Enjoying feeling the sensation of those deep abdominals activating. Great. Now join me in a quadruped position, and we're going to practice breathing here. You can watch my belly as I inhale, it'll drop down, and as I exhale, you'll visibly see the abdominals pull up to the spine without any pelvic movement. We want to disassociate the pelvis from moving just because the diaphragm is. So keep the hips still and just allow the belly to fall towards the mat as you inhale. And as you exhale, just the belly pulls up to the spine. Again, 10 repetitions here. Pulling the sternum up so you don't have any kind of dip in the low back. The abs are supporting the low back. The trunk of the body is supporting the entire back. Excellent.